MULATSCHAG!
Could you tell us where you're at right now? Because you're moving, obviously.
Yeah, currently we're in our bus, and we're on our way from. Last night we were in Oregon. We played in Seattle, so we are coming from Seattle to Sacramento, California. So right now we're probably a couple of hours outside Sacramento in California. The last time I checked, we were in a town called Mead, California. Well, I actually am a tattooer. I've been tattooing for almost 17 years, and I own a tattoo shop. So it's something that we've discussed a lot, actually. And yeah, it's not that you can't use color. It's just they're limiting certain colors because they believe it's not safe. But like, it doesn't make any sense. These are things that have been happening since like the 20s and 30s. People have been getting these colors tattooed, and it's just a way to regulate and make money. You know what I mean? And what will happen is they will find a company, and the company will be this new magic thing that is making these safe colors, but it's not going to be any different than anything that we're using now. But they'll be backed by the by the European governments, and then they will be the only place that you can get it, and it will monopolize. So that's probably what's going to happen. I started opening the business right before the pandemic hit. So I had a lot to do during the pandemic. I own, like I had said, I own a tattoo shop with a friend of mine, and we got our space December of 2019, and we started building the shop, and then it got shut down. And so I had to spend a lot of time dealing with that and trying to keep things moving with the band. And then I had all of this time with my son and my wife, which I hadn't gotten for a really long time because we toured so much. So I took advantage of that. We did as much as we could. So I wasn't really glued to the TV as much as other people were. But if I had to say, it was just my typical, like, I'm a big suspense thriller and horror movie guy, so I did a little bit of that. And there were a couple of shows I got to do. I watched a lot of Adventure Time with my son.
MULATSCHAG!
Man, growing up, my father was heavy into music. So I remember being a kid and that moving pictures record just being played in the house over and over. Rush and Yes, and all of those bands that everybody was listening to. If they were into proggy or stuff like that, was the prog of its time. You know what I mean? And I remember being a kid hearing all those songs, especially like YYZ or hearing Red Marchetta, like my father blasting that stuff through his Bose stereo system.
MULATSCHAG!
Hey, what's up? I'm Matt. And I'm Corey. And we're from Trivium. And you're watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV station you really need.
Matt discovered our band. I believe he said in an interview recently that Corey, their guitar player, had introduced him to one of our records, and I believe it was The Great Collapse. And he really enjoyed it, and in really enjoying it, he started talking about it on the internet, and he fell in love with the record, and then he kind of pushed us in a way that no one else in the industry had pushed us. You know, Trivium's, whether you love them or you don't, they're a legacy band. They've been around
Absolutely.
very long time, and they've earned their position in the industry with their work. So to have somebody in Matt Heafy's position go ahead and push the band is incredible. And I actually texted him the other day and thanked him because, you know, he didn't have to do that. He could have just liked the record and just been like, this is a cool record, and that's it.
Yeah.
So he invited us out to do a tour with them. And we did Arch Enemy, Trivia, headliner with that band While She Sleeps.
Cool package.
Real cool package. And that package did very well in the States. And Nat went out of his way to make sure we were taken care of. And it was incredible. And Arch Enemy also, I mean, Michael Abbott is one of my most favorite guitar players. And, you know, I was like a little schoolgirl on that tour, just giggling, you know, and like, oh my God, I love Michael Ammon, you know, like it's crazy to be on tour with that guy. And Jeff Loomis is incredible, and Danny's a great drummer, and the whole thing was surrealistic, you know. And then we come back, and then Matt offered us another tour, and we did like 2 weeks or a week or a half with them in the States, and like, man, Matt Heafy is genuinely a great guy, and you know, and then Matt put the record out, and then, you know, Rob Flint from Machine Head started hitting us up like, hey, this is great, you know. And then Gary Holt and I had a conversation because he was talking about how good the record is. So like, it only takes one or two like important people in the industry to put it out there, and then other important people start paying attention. And as a 45-year-old guy in a band that's just starting to do cool things, to me, that's the whole world. You know, to have the guitar player from Exodus talking about my band, that's incredible. And I'm forever in Matt Heafy's debt for that. You know, that's pretty incredible stuff. So Matt Heafy is a class act, and everyone in Fit for an Autopsy loves Matt Heafy. He's great.
MULATSCHAG!
When I'm home, I play guitar a couple hours a day.
Mm.
I try.
That wasn't always that way.
No, because I had to have a regular job for a long time, and you know, I was burning the candle at both ends, trying to do it all. But you know, if you could put an hour to 2 hours into your guitar playing in some facet, whether it be practicing and learning or just getting a chance to play, you know, I always try to like wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and then just run some scales and get my hands warmed up, and then I'll go to a tattoo shop and work all day, and then come home and then, you know, go and jam some of those songs, or, you know, play some Megadeth tracks, or, you know, some Metallica stuff, or, you know, just have fun and play guitar and learn something new, you know, emulate the guys I want to be like, and then go to bed, you know what I mean? So it doesn't always have to be so regimented. It can be fun, you know. And I also like, you know, going onto my Instagram and doing Instagram live stuff, and, you know, play some riffs and talk about it, and show people what we do, you know, things like that.
MULATSCHAG.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Pat from Fit for an Autopsy, and you're watching MULATSCHAG, the only TV you need.
MULATSCHAG!